Hello everyone, here is Kago again. In a delightful twist on the classic tale of Little Red Riding Hood, Kago took up the role of the villain Big Bad Wolf. One sunny day, Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother fell ill. Determined to bring her some comfort, Little Red Riding Hood decided to visit her with a basket of fresh fruit. She set off alone, her red cloak billowing in the breeze. Unbeknownst to her, a cunning cat had other plans. Donning a detective hat and brandishing a magnifying glass, Kago stealthily followed her, hiding comically behind trees and bushes along the path. In a bid to remain unseen, Kago even wore a tree costume, attempting to blend into the surroundings. Despite the clever disguise, his tail poked out, making for a rather humorous sight. As fate would have it, Kago eventually encountered Little Red Riding Hood on the path. With a sweet voice and a silly dance, Kago coaxed her into revealing the way to her grandmother's house. Innocently, Little Red Riding Hood shared the route, unaware of Kago's mischievous intentions. Eager to reach the grandmother's house first, Kago pulled out a smartphone and eagerly used the map navigation. In his excitement, he raced off, but the navigation led it astray, straight into a river, leaving Kago soaking wet and thoroughly flustered. Determined not to be thwarted, Kago finally arrived at the grandmother's house. Disguised as a delivery person, he knocked on the door, pretending to bring a package. When the unsuspecting grandmother opened the door, Kago pounced and swallowed her whole. With the grandmother out of the way, Kago settled in to await Little Red Riding Hood's arrival. He attempted to disguise itself as the grandmother, but his constant need to groom resulted in fur scattered all over the house. Before long, Little Red Riding Hood arrived. Kago, still disguised as the grandmother, opened the door, but his tail betrayed him. Inside, Little Red Riding Hood and the disguised Kago engaged in a series of funny conversations. Kago's feline habits, like licking his paws and purring, began to slip through the disguise. Finally, Little Red Riding Hood realized the truth and screamed in terror. Kago panicked, his ruse undone. Hearing the commotion, a nearby hunter rushed to the house. Kago tried to flee but was quickly knocked out by the hunter. While Kago was unconscious, the hunter carefully opened his belly and rescued the grandmother, then skillfully sewed Kago back up. In the end, Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother enjoyed a peaceful afternoon tea inside the cozy house. Meanwhile, Kago, having woken up, sat pitifully on the floor beside them. This tale reminds us of the importance of being cautious and not talking to strangers, no matter how sweet they may seem.